Hey there traders, this is Steve Marty, the market chartist for FX Explained, and our regular weekly macro watch update for the week commencing the 7th of March 2022. Risk-off theme as the Russian invasion continues. Let's kick off by looking at those macroeconomic and geopolitical developments over the past week. While market's still dominated by the developments in the Russian invasion of Ukraine, with shifts between risk-off and risk-on themes. More punitive sanctions have seen European and UK stocks under particular pressure in here, given the likely impact on global trade and the global economy. Global commodity prices have risen aggressively, with wheat, aluminium and energy prices surging in the past week. The S&P GSCI commodity index, a benchmark of 24 commodity markets, posted its third largest weekly rise on record since 1970. Additional inflationary pressures from these surging commodity prices, alongside already high levels of inflation, have maintained market worries about higher interest rates from the major central banks. And Jerome Powell's testimony to Congress highlighted an ongoing hawkish tone from the US Federal Reserve despite the Russia-Ukrainian conflict. Now let's take a look at the global financial market developments for last week ending the 4th of March. Well, equities were kind of resilient but also vulnerable towards the end of the week, having hit new recovery highs through the middle of the week through Thursday, selling off Thursday through Friday and remaining vulnerable. In the US, tech sector leading the markets lower. And European equity markets particularly vulnerable. Here we're showing the DAX plunging lower. European benchmark, the Euro Stoxx 50, alongside the FTSE, suffering significant losses early in the week, and then again Thursday, and then a very, very bearish close on Friday. Global yields have moved to lower yield territory in here as bond markets maintain their higher price moves in here as they get a bid from a flight to quality as safe havens. And the euro plunged again versus the dollar rallying in most places, but not in all places. The dollar rallying against the euro and the pound certainly, and also the yen strengthening here, but the euro under particular negative pressure given its proximity to the conflict. But as we said in here, the dollar losing ground, the US dollar losing ground to the commodity currencies, given the high commodity prices. In here, the Australian, New Zealand, Canadian dollars all posting notable gains against the US currency. Gold again managed to recover higher in here, having had the spike higher the previous week and then retracing back lower, and now pushing back higher towards that $2,000 mark at multi-month highs for gold in a flight to quality bid. And oil now pushing even higher, having broke $100 the previous week, now significantly higher and comfortable trading above that $100 mark. And commodity prices, as we said, have already broken out in here, but the copper market had been sideways up until the last week. But through early March, we've seen a bullish breakout of the copper price from a multi-year actually range in here, and now moving to multi-year highs. So let's take a look at the week ahead, commencing the 7th of March 2022. Well, we're still going to be closely watching for any escalation of military developments in Ukraine, but also watching for the potential for a ceasefire and for the talks that are ongoing to improve. On the central bank side, we have the ECB interest rate decision statement and press conference on Thursday. And on the data front, we get German retail sales Monday, EU GDP Tuesday, Japanese GDP and Chinese CPI on Wednesday, Australian CPI on Thursday, and then that ECB interest rate decision also Thursday. And the key data point of the week comes on Thursday as well. We have the US CPI data. And then on Wednesday, we round off the week with UK GDP, German CPI, and the Canadian employment report. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. Please do stay safe out there, and I'll be back with you with another macro watch next week. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained Macro Watch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.